All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Harakakadash, double honors to the apostle of this great millstone, and salute signs to you brothers out there preaching his words, sincerity and truth. All right, I got this article here from ZeroHedge.com. It's entitled Biden Cyber Attacks Could Lead to Real Shooting War with a Major Power. All right. Not could be, it will be. It will lead into World War III. All right. And as saith the Holy Bible, all right, the prophecies of the Holy Bible, all right, contains World War One, World War Two, and World War Three. All right. So we're in the midst of the start of the World War Three. All right. And these cyber attacks are basically the spark that's going to lead to the real shooting war. All right. Let me grab the scripture real quick. Zephaniah 3:8. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. Okay, so this is Yahweh Shai talking to his elect. All right, the elect of Israel, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. All right, that the Lord has woken up to repent. All right. So the Lord is telling his elect, wait upon him. All right. Don't do anything. You know, don't try to take up arms against this man. All right. The Lord is going to do all of that, man. All right. The Lord sent us out to be sheeps. All right. For my determinations to gather the nations. All right. The nations like China, America, Russia, Iran, the NATO European Union. Okay. That I might assemble the kingdoms to pour upon them my indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. All right, and that goes into World War III. All right. Going back to this article, the U.S. constantly accusing countries like Russia and China for carrying out cyber attacks, and comments from President Biden on Tuesday suggest he could use these claims as a pretext for military intervention. He warned if Washington ended up in a real shooting war with major power, it could be the result of cyber attack on the U.S. Now the U.S., aka Great Babylon, they signed in legislation to basically have women be a part of the draft. All right, and that's new legislation. All right. Historically speaking, only men were drafted into the military, but now Great Babylon has passed legislation for women to be drafted in the military. All right. So a lot of you women that are gonna basically die over there, man. All right. You can fall for so-called equality and have your feminism ideologies. Well, this is what the effects of it is, man. All right. We've seen how cyber threats, including ransomware attacks, increasingly are able to cause damage and disruption to the real world. By said in a speech during a visit, office director of national intelligence, I think it's more likely we're going to end up, if we end up in a war, a real shooting war with a major power is going to be consequence of a cyber breach of great consequences. See, the leader of China and Russia. I'll read a little bit more of this. The U.S. and several allies, including NATO. All right, well, um, Bible prophecy, Revelation 17, NATO and the EU are basically gonna at the at the precipice, the summit of the World War III. Uh, NATO and the EU are gonna basically shoot missiles on America, man. Yeah. But they're gonna fight with America up to a point, and then they're gonna shoot missiles on America. All right. Recently accused China of being behind the hack of Microsoft Exchange server that was discovered earlier this year. Like similar claims against Russia, the U.S. offered no evidence to back up the accusation. The accusation marked the first time NATO joined in such a claims against China. The alliance recently added cyber attacks to the list of reasons to make NATO invoke the Article 5 Mutual Defense Clause, which will outspark a war with all 30 of its members. In a speech, Biden addressed the so-called threats from Russia and China, taking a shot at Russia. Biden said President Vladimir Putin, and I looked up the word Vladimir, it means peaceful ruler. All right. President, President Vladimir Putin is sitting on top of an economy that has a nuclear weapons and oil wells and nothing else. He said this makes Putin even more dangerous. Russia always been dangerous, man. And that's the reason they the League of Nations, NATO and the EU were started, man. All right. Russia spoke at this time with Chinese President Xi Jinping during the Obama administration when both leaders were serving as vice president. Biden said Xi wants China to become the most powerful military force in the world as well as the most prominent economy by 2040s. All right. So Great Babylon ain't big and tough as it was, back in the 60s and 50s and before, So yeah, these what your house I said Matthew 24. You hear wars and rumors of wars. All right. See you be not troubled. All right. So this is a rumor of war, man. Okay. Jump to the second Esdras. Woe, second Esdras was 16:1. Woe means destruction. Woe be unto thee, Babylon, which is America and Asia. All right. Asia, Russia was part of Asia. Then you got China part of Asia. All right. Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. Gird up yourselves with cloth of sack and hair, bewail your children and be sorry. All right, a lot of young men and young women are going to be sent to this World War III and die, man. Okay, and also during that time, all these countries, especially Great Babylon, is going to have dire economies, man. Their economy is going to be jacked up, hyperinflating, For your destruction is at hand. A sword is sent upon you, who may turn it back? A fire is sent among you, and who may quench it? So that's going back to Zephaniah 3. The Lord's his determination is to gather the nations. All right. So he sent a sword and fire. All right, upon those nations in World War III. Plagues. The plague of war. That's a plague, man. World war is a plague. Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? May any man drive away a hungry lion in the wood, or may anyone quench the fire in the stubble, which it hath begun to burn? May one turn again the arrow that is shot from a strong archer? The mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away? You can't do nothing, man. All right. But the Lord controls the minds of men. Okay. A fire shall go forth from his wrath. Who is he that may quench it? And he shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? The Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to power at his presence? Okay. Yahweh Shah comes back. He's going to be beating people in the powder, man, by the laser fires, man. The earth quaketh, and the foundations thereof, and the sea rises up with the waves of the deep, and the waves of it are troubled, and the fishes thereof also before the Lord, and before the holy, the glory of his power. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow, his arrows that shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss, and they shall begin shot in the ends of the world. All right. And like I said before, the precipice of the World War III is thermonuclear destruction. All right, the Great Babylon, man. All right. Revelation 6 and 12, and the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up. Now Euphrates in the Middle East. All right. It was water in the Euphrates, now it's dried up. Okay. And the water thereof was dried up, that the ways of the kings of the east might be prepared. All right. That's going into these nations, China and Russia. All right. All these other nations, America, NATO, and EU. They're going to gather, into the area of the river Euphrates, man. They're going to fight. Armageddon, see that? Armageddon means mountains of the troops. All right. You're going to have a gang of troops from different nations fighting against each other, man. Over there in the Middle East. All right. And I saw three unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon. All right. And then the dragon is the Roman Empire. And America is the, modern Roman Empire. All right. And out of the beast and out of the mouth of the false prophet, that goes into the Catholic Church. All right. And it goes into the three city states. You got DC, you got Rome. All right, which is the false prophet, the Catholic Church. And you got London. That's a part of that beast because of financial. Major financial, orders come out of London. All right. The dragon, which is military power. All right. So those are unclean spirits, man. For they are the spirits of devils working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and the whole world to gather them to the battle of that great day of Yahweh Almighty. That's World War III. All right. Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watches and keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked, and they see his shame. All right. So keep these prophecies. All right. Keep the mind of Yahweh Shah within you. All right, because the Lord's gonna come as a thief, to the world. All right. Ezekiel 38. Now you read up, it goes into, how Russia, Gog and Magog, is going to be a guard into Persia, Iran, all right, and these Libya and these other, smaller countries, because America is going to try to, invade Iran, all right. But I want to bring out this one, Ezekiel 38 and 10. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, it shall also come to pass that at the same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought. Okay? And that's these countries they're gonna think that evil thought of shooting missiles on America, man. This place is gonna be done, man. Okay. And this is during World War III. All right, the height of World War III. Okay, so yeah, there's a rumor of wars, man. All right, it's starting to be a shooting war. Soon come. All right, that's pretty much all I got, Lord. Was edifying, shalom.